So I'm here with Wena in the Netherlands, and we are looking at a house that she's trying to sell and is having problems. In fact, nobody is going to actually even see it. And we're having a little bit of a tune-in, and it is quite an interesting one for me because Wena is quite expert at using various decks of tarot cards. And so we're mixing my skills with her skills, and we're trying to get the story of what is going on. And what we're sensing, and in fact we know that the house, the original owner that they bought it from, or they bought it from the family, the man hung himself in the house. And I asked Wena, why did you buy it? And
I said, I know that he hanged himself, but anyway, I wanted to buy this place because I felt connected with him, and I had a lot of compassion for what he did, and I wanted, maybe I even wanted to help him.
Yeah. So you could sense his pain and emotion, and because most people would feel that. Well, like now, nobody is coming to buy it because that's quite a strong, dark energy in that house.
Not even one person came to look at this property.
No.
And when they were renovating the road, there was a little bridge to this property, and now during this renovation this bridge was removed, and so it's actually not even a physical connection anymore.
So people can't even, there's no link?
No.
Oh, so it's cut itself off.
It's totally cut it off.
Wow, okay. Well, the sense we're getting and readings from the cards is that this man was actually known as the devil locally. And he did a lot of dark magic and
abusing
others, and the sense is that he was actually not murdered, but actually pushed into taking his own life, suicide, by the forces on the other side, the dark forces. And this is not an unusual situation. I've come across it before working with people. But when you get that, you actually get quite a dark lock-in situation, and what we're trying to do here today is to help him release, and as a consequence, although it is more important that his soul is released from that, as a consequence the house should release and sell as well. But the key thing and the important thing is to actually help this man release from that dark, how would you describe it? How are you seeing and feeling?
I see like
how the cards describing it?
Like he's trapped in very dark space, and it has a shape of a triangle, and he cannot get out.
So he's trapped within this triangle, like a geometry.
Like a geometry, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. And often when I see triangles, when I'm working energetically, it often connects to the dark side. There is a geometric dynamic with that. And interestingly, the facade here on the end of the house is a pure triangle. So whether that's coincidence,
that's where they found him.
Oh, that's where they found him, in the loft space, in the triangular.
In the triangle, yeah.
And the other thing about, as you know, I talk about lofts and the danger of lofts and how they can actually crunch your energy from the dynamic of the angles, but that's like another aspect of attics and lofts. But my sense is that if we can unlock this triangle that is holding him prisoner, that might actually help him. But is there any other message from the card spread?
Yes, we are receiving a lot of spiritual help from angelic realm. Archangel Raziel is with us, giving us this gift of releasing him, and he's known also from inner knowledge and secret knowledge of the universe. And we are protected. We're receiving protection from Archangel Michael.
Yeah, beautiful.
And these are cards that tell us something about the life of this person. That he was a farmer.
And was that the case? Was he a farmer?
Yes, he was a farmer.
Excellent.
Yes.
So you've drawn the farm card.
Yes.
And the Celtic cross, what's your interpretation?
That was he was working with elements, natural elements. Like he had knowledge about this, and
so maybe he manipulated the elements, do you feel, into the...
So like he could even make a pact with the devil.
He could make a pact with the dark side.
With the dark side, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we know that when we have the pentagram in magic, if the pentagram with the point is at the top, it represents God over the four elements. But when you turn it upside down, it's the four elements over God, yes. Which is the sense that this man was working, controlling and manipulating through magic. So, so we now need to see how we can actually help this man's soul release. Often the understanding somebody's story goes a great length towards helping someone, that they are seen and heard, which of course you did. How many years ago did you buy this?
I think it's like 12 years or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
So quite some time.
Quite some time.
But I never did anything with this.
It's just been empty?
Just been empty.
Oh, okay, so it would just carry on holding the original...
As like was waiting for the right moment. I didn't have this knowledge anyway to recognize what's happening. Yeah. And neither the tools.
Sure. Okay, well, we have those together today, and so what I suggest is, if you can, because you originally connected with his soul, so if you can reconnect with his feeling, his emotion, and just help him to let go and release, and I'll do some work with sacred geometry to, again, help release that entanglement, the prison that he's held in this triangular imprisonment dynamic. And let's just see what happens. Prison is released, the dynamic of the geometry is open, and he's free to go as soon as you're happy to release him. Perhaps it relates to something in your life, in your past, that you need to release at the same time.
Yes.
So just feel that and let that go. It's no coincidence that you're sharing part of the same story.
I think the connection is with my own father.
With your own father?
Who also killed himself.
He killed himself?
Yes.
Wow, okay, I didn't know that.
Now, he died from, he damaged his liver from being alcoholic.
And this man was alcoholic
as
well? Wow, so you matched perfectly your father's dynamic and your father's pain and your father's story.
Yes.
So it's helping your father at the same time then, as this man, as yourself. So maybe another card you want to draw.
At this moment I thank this soul for this lesson. And at the same time, I forgave my father for what happened, and I could also send him love.
Yeah. And just watch them release.
Yes.
It is gone, so another card maybe to get a confirmation.
Okay, that's
there we go. The card just jumped out the pack,
oh
and we have,
God.
wow, look at that, unconditional love. Beautiful. The card just jumped right out.
Oh
You saw that live, how extraordinary. And that's what these situations need, unconditional love.
That's the end of the story.
That's the end of the story. The Divine Mother. Thank you, Divine Mother, for helping me to give and receive the love I deserve. How extraordinary. Well, thank you, Wena, for being brave enough to go live with me on this. I'm sure many people will really feel your strength and yeah, in just being able to do this and share it live, and I hope that helps many people understand another level of this work, particularly in relation to the Divine Mother and unconditional love. So, we're here for part 2 of the story, because in fact there is a second house very close to the house where we just worked and released the man who committed suicide, who hung himself in the attic. And this house is split horizontally, so Wena owns the ground floor, and there is a lady who owns the upper, who's actually blocking the sale of the lower floor that Wena owns. And we sense that this woman, or we know that this woman had a relationship of sorts with the man who'd committed suicide. So there's a lot of intriguing stuff going on. But what we're going to do now is let Wena actually open the cards so you can see the process that she does in uncovering aspects of the story. So over to you, Wena.
Yes, so we have again the picture of the house in the center, and I felt that the card of protection needed to be at the same place, so this one stayed, and then I pulled the other ones from a new deck. So now I'm gonna read them. Okay, the first one is transformation, and I have a very strong feeling that it has something to do with my karmic relation with this woman. That's why I picked those cards from the past life deck.
Okay. So
And
you've mixed 2 decks here?
I mixed 2 decks,
okay.
Yes. I think this one has to do something with, I hear the word alchemy.
Okay.
Like,
so you sense you've had a
gold.
relationship, a karmic relationship with this woman
Yes,
who is now in battle with you, stopping you selling your house.
yes.
Okay. And hopefully if we can resolve that, that might help release something between you as well as selling the house, which is secondary to the bigger process, but it is the catalyst that has actually brought you together to resolve something much greater in both of your lives, which is actually quite a beautiful process, the way the universe works and brings these dynamics together.
Yes, okay. So, reading the second card, Signs from Heaven.
Signs from heaven.
Yes, I'm always receiving messages while sleeping, so I receive a lot of information during my dreams. And the cards, the karmic cards, wow.
Orphan and man and woman back to back. Wow, what does that mean?
I think she was my mother.
In a past life?
Yeah. And her relationship didn't work out, so I was
Orphaned.
orphaned. Yeah.
And that's you? The orphan?
Yes.
Wow. And you've got your back to your parents?
As well, yes.
So I'm interpreting these cards. I know nothing about tarot, but am I?
Yes, that's how we do it. We look at the pictures and
Okay, the symbolism.
the symbolism of the.
So I'm getting a little bit of training here on tarot. So fascinating. So
I don't understand this one yet. This signs from heaven. What's the connection here? Okay, I know. That's I was probably connecting with as an orphan. I didn't have much friends, so I was. I had friends in on the other side.
in the spirit world.
In the spirit world.
Imaginary friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about this lifetime with your relationship to your parents? Is this relevant to this lifetime?
Yeah, my parents also grew apart.
They grew apart?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're divorced.
Okay.
And yeah, my mom always wanted to protect us, not to be orphans. So she was living with my father even though he was abusing us because of alcohol.
Yeah.
But she thought, no, you need a father and you need a mother. Like she was really pushing,
Trying to keep the family.
trying to keep the
together.
family, and eventually it didn't work out anyway. But it was like 15 years of this drama, and after 15 years, eventually
They split.
they split.
And how old were you then when they split?
I was 15.
15.
Almost, yes.
So did that feel at that time that you became an orphan, or had you grown up enough that it didn't matter?
No, actually, I felt more orphan during the marriage.
Wow.
Like I told you once, yeah, I took a role of my father. I took a role of my mother.
Yeah.
I was taking care of my siblings.
It kind of feels that this is a reflection of this lifetime and the previous one, where your mother was the woman who is now above you, creating an issue. But perhaps, and this often happens, this situation is brought up to actually bring us to the point of actually waking up and realizing, hey, let's look at this situation deeper. So it's not about selling the house, but that's a catalyst for saying, hey, look at your relationship with yourself and your mother, your father.
But you know what's funny? I just realized something. When I was purchasing this property, everybody warned me, don't buy it because you cannot live with this woman. She will make your life live in hell. But I said, no, I can have a good relationship with her. I felt this connection with her. Like she won't do anything bad to me.
Yeah.
You're different. So maybe I even felt this family relationship with her. I thought she will not cause these problems.
Yeah. But didn't you also say that your mother lived nearby as
Yes.
well? So where does she come into your current mother?
She's exactly in the middle because
Of the two houses?
Of the two houses.
Ah.
That's where she used to live, yes. That's why we thought we will buy this place to be next to her.
Mm.
Now she moved and we want to sell it. But maybe because she also didn't have nice time there.
Yeah.
Eventually she left.
Mm.
But actually, maybe I should be really thankful for what happened, that she bought this house, so we can come there, and I can buy these properties and resolve these issues.
Beautiful. Yeah. So how do you feel you can come to peace with the lady, past life mother, who's living upstairs here?
I don't understand her anger yet, and she has some money issues.
Mm-hmm.
So the money, maybe that's why I see gold here and this.
Well, that's a man holding a pot of gold.
Pot of gold, yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
But money is just another form of energy, so is she wanting money, or is she wanting something from you? Is she wanting your love, which is another form of energy? What is she really wanting? You just ask her.
No, she wants to be understood.
Mm-hmm. But wasn't that the story with your current mother, or is? Did your mother want to be understood by your father or by you?
Understood and loved. Yeah, and then my current mother, was always looking for love in her life. Yes. That's why she stayed with my father so long. This lady is alone now.
So how do you feel you can help her now? Time for another card.
Yeah, I think so. I just wanted to say that.
I think the tarot vibe is rubbing off, and
they're not
time for
tarot,
another
they
card.
are
Oh, sorry.
angel cards.
Sorry, angel cards. I'm calling them tarot.
Yes, that's doesn't matter.
Angel cards. Whoa.
New start. We need
Card
to
of
make
new
a
beginning.
start. But like there is a big shadow here. Like yin and yang almost.
Do you want to read out that message? That's quite beautiful.
Thank you, angels, for opening up the doors to change. I am ready.
And these two cards, when they were turned over, were two doors.
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah. So there's some kind of new beginning by making some kind of energetic shift in your relationship to this woman, or your relationship to your mother, father, or to yourself as an orphan.
Yes.
So there's some sort of shift within you, maybe, because that's where we can start.
I pull this card very often for myself.
Okay, the orphan card.
The orphan
Yeah,
card.
yeah.
I was orphan also. in the other lifetimes.
Yeah.
Many times, so it's also like a continuation.
And interesting.
So even if you have parents, you can be orphan.
Well, and in this lifetime, I was also an orphan when I was 3 or 4 years old for about 18 months.
Wow.
So I can really
Me
feel
too,
it.
actually, because when I was born, when I was 1 year old, my mother got pregnant with a second child, and with my father not supporting and causing actually a lot of problems, my mom made the decision to put me by her parents. So I was living with her
your grandmother
for 1 year.
Okay. Right.
So I was orphan, for 1 year.
Okay. So is there resolution with your own orphan or forgiveness of your parents, your mother in past life with this woman here? What's your sense?
No, I'm gonna cry again.
As I said to Wena earlier, if she doesn't cry, I know she's not working. So this is good. This is good. It's happening.
No, the angels are telling me I'm never an orphan.
You were never an orphan.
I'm a soul that is part of a bigger, something bigger, a bigger.
So you were never really.
No, I'm
you were never really alone.
No.
You're always being looked after by an angelic family.
That too.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And we are never alone.
Yeah.
And when we are loving ourselves, that's all that matters, actually.
Yeah. Is that the message with all this?
I think so, because that's also something I always look. I look for that people will accept me, that they will give me permission,
understand you,
understand me, and that's it's now time for a new beginning. I don't need this anymore.
Yeah. My sense is if you can really, really know that and feel it, this will release.
Yes.
Because that is all part of the dynamic that's holding the story together. And it's all about releasing the threads that we believe are true, but in fact, it's another story.
Yes. That's the transformation card. That's the transformation in me. And this understanding of the situation, that's part of transforming it.
So is this about...
I just need to surrender, actually.
To surrender, and is it about getting that young orphan girl, your inner child, and drawing her right back into the present moment, into your life now, so that you're not a separate part, which all these dynamics are showing you there's still a separation between your inner child, that orphan girl, and you as adult Wena.
Yes.
And you're playing out this theatre of dynamics in life, as we've spoken over this weekend. So see if you can get a sense of drawing her from that past dimension through that quantum timeline and absorb her into your being. Let's see what happens.
just hear I am.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I'm coming now to this one line, alignment.
Yeah. And I could feel the kind of merging with you.
Yes. That's the soul retrieval too.
That is soul
And we
retrieval.
were talking about that.
Yeah.
Like we are now one.
Yeah. I am one.
I am one.
Wow, beautiful. Does that feel a good place to bring it to rest and
Yes.
just be with it? And,
Yes.
okay. Well, that's certainly quite a powerful process, and yeah, again, thank you for being brave enough to share this live, and hope it makes sense and is of value to people. And
Maybe somebody else feels an orphan. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to.
absolutely. So if
We
there
are all
are-
connected.
we're all connected and we are looked after, and we're actually never alone, which
No.
is really your message, which is beautiful.
We receive always the signs.
Guides and angels looking after
Yes.
us, and you just need to ask them to present themselves. And yeah. So to anyone who feels an orphan out there, if this process and this message has touched your heart, then do leave us a comment, let us know, and thank you for watching.